Conservative movie star and actor Robert Davi has joined the cast of the film Roe v. Wade, which just finished shooting at locations throughout the nation's capital. One America's Neil W. McCabe spoke to Davi about the film.
The Supreme Court's Roe v. Wade decision removed legal protections from unborn children more than 40 years ago, but the shock of that 5-4 decision is still felt today in the body politic. One of the stars of the new film, Roe v. Wade, Robert Davi, told One America News he took the role because he wanted people to learn the truth about the case and the behind-the-scenes maneuvering that made it the law of the land.
My character that I play is Brennan, who was very interesting. He was Roman Catholic. He was pro-choice. And it was at his behest that they argue the privacy issue.
Justice William Brennan was one of the most influential justices to sit on the court. In 1965, Brennan worked with Justice William Douglas to wipe out state laws banning birth control. In that decision, written by Douglas, he created a constitutional right of privacy, which he claimed emanated from the Constitution, even though it was not spelled out directly. That right of privacy became the basis of the Roe decision.
The public doesn't know this. The public does not know what went into the making of this decision.
Davi said in addition to the legal problems with the decision, he was very upset to learn how small a role science and the value of human life played in working out the court's ruling.
There was no science that we have today. We have the science of when conception happens, when a baby is a baby. We have the science. There's clear science to it. There's undeniable science to it.
Another disappointment, he said, was that the left-wing domination of Hollywood has made simply making the film more difficult. Not only has the production team been thrown off locations, actors have been pressured to stay off the cast.
We're showing both sides of the thing, just the buzzword of it. How blind is Hollywood, or some in Hollywood, and it shows you how emotionally corrupt it can be. There's so many different political films sometimes that are done on a historical event that are swayed to whatever political persuasions the producers or directors might be. This here is just telling the truth.
The co-writers, co-directors, and co-producers of the film, Kathy Allen and Nick Loeb, told One America News there is a level of harassment towards the film that no other production would have to deal with. While shooting in New Orleans, a member of the Teamsters hired for the shoot used an anti-Semitic slur towards Loeb, but the Teamsters local dismissed their complaint without action. Another example is the coverage from the Daily Beast website. The two filmmakers said the outlet used parts of their script in stories and revealed the film's structure in a violation of their copyright. One morning, a Daily Beast reporter stormed their set while two actors were being filmed at the Lincoln Memorial.
And as they're in the middle of their scene with the camera guy, a Daily Beast reporter comes barging on the set, walking behind them, and he starts scribbling down word for word their dialogue.
An intern saw what was happening and grabbed the reporter's notes, which led to a chase.
Well, the reporter went crazy, screaming at,
obscenities
at him.
Yelling for the police.
And the reporter chased this student. And then the Daily Beast goes and prints a report that we assaulted the reporter. We have audio to the opposite.
Allen said she and Loeb were determined to see the project through. The team's GoFundMe page has raised more than $300,000 from more than 1,000 contributors towards their $1 million goal.
I've always been pro-life, and I've always been fascinated as to why we aren't taught in schools what the truth is. And so my interest in this was unveiling the real conspiracies behind Roe v. Wade.
Abortion is still too hot a topic for polite conversation in Washington or elsewhere in the country, and the fight to reverse the Roe v. Wade decision remains the most frustrating failure of the conservative movement. The political reality is that the Republican leadership continues the rights of the unborn, something they talk about but will not do something about. Which brings us back to the Supreme Court and why the only question anyone wants to know about a new justice on the High Court is whether or not they are pro or against abortion. Neil W. McCabe, One America News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.